Hello everybody, it is I, You Too Cool, back again, and today I'm going to be reviewing Pomni Kart, as it says right here on the tag back here. Let me just, there we go, Pomni Kart, see in bold letters. Pomni Kart is a very interesting Digital Circus plushie, as this item is not based on any episode of The Amazing Digital Circus. Some of you might remember this, but last year Glitch made a sort of online racing game with some of their characters. And one of them, of course, was Pomni, since she's sort of synonymous with Glitch currently. Digital Circus is one of their biggest shows, so obviously Pomni had to get in on the action. And that's what this item is based off, which is really interesting. I always love it when merch of shows does deep cut references like this. I'm a Cars collector, and I love Cars diecast line because of the fact that it does so many obscure things that no other toy line would do. Like, they made the gong ringer from Cars 2. That guy exists. Like, no other toy line would do that, because why would you? He's just the gong ringer dude. And they made the gong. Like, not just the little guy, they made the gong. And that is just so funny to me. And so this plush is very much like that. Alright. The main thing I wanted to do with this video is compare this to this. This is, of course, the original Pomni plush. This was one of the premiere pieces of merch when I think episode 2 came out. Yeah, so Pomni here, as I mentioned in my original review, is pretty inaccurate to what she looks like in the show and is rather based on concept art. So this plush actually serves dual purpose. Not only is it a cute reference to an online game, which I don't know if it'll be always active. I hope they archive it in the modern day. You know, little online games are quick to get archived, so I think it will. So not only is Pomni Kart a reference to that, Pomni Kart also doubles as an updated Pomni plush, which I'm very excited to take a look at here. Alright, so let's separate these two, since that's also a great feature, is that the cart is a separate plush. I'm starting with the cart because of the fact that it's, you know, sort of less interesting. As the little stitched on eyes there, it's obviously based on those like kids play cars. There's this weird little black mark. I don't know. That was there when I got it. Has a little door here, the little gas, you know, area. You'd think it would be an electric because it's a digital car, right? I guess this is supposed to be the trunk. The other side, it also has a gas thing here. I guess Pomni can pull up to either side of the pump and just go to town. I think this wheel is bent out a little bit. Yeah, it is, so sucks. It's mostly held together with the sort of wire, I think it is, so that it keeps its general shape, and it even has a little steering wheel, which I think is really nice in the center. Because, of course, this is a coupe, I guess. There is no base, because Pomni's supposed to be able to fit through it. Speaking of Pomni, it is time we take a look at the Pomni plush included. So, as you can see, it has a much darker shade of blue than the original Pomni plush. Much more accurate to how she looks in the show and in later concept art. It's a lot closer to purple. Her cheeks are more pink, another change. You know, I'm actually thinking that this isn't based on concept art, but rather that one teaser for the Digital Circus in which Pomni was really, like, desaturated and brightened, maybe? Because I think concept art did show her being close to purple. She, of course, has a different face, which I really appreciate. She has the more iconic hair. I think her hair is very close to black, whereas this is definitively brown. So I guess this is better. It's still not super close, but it's better. Here, of course, are her arms. She, of course, has her iconic little buttons and collar. Something interesting about this plush is that the feet are, you know, just nubs. The legs are just completely gone, which I assume is so that it can fit in the cart, because the cart makes up the bulk of the size here. So it is interesting that this Pomni is smaller scaled, but that actually makes her more in scale with other characters. Let me go get an example. Here are both Pomnis next to Gummy Goo, and as we all know, Gummy Goo is a tall fella. He's a big boy. Look at him. Let me know if you want me to review this guy at some point. I've been meaning to. I just kind of never got around to it. At least I don't think I reviewed this guy. I don't know, my memory might be failing me. Just type in the comments, Eduardo Guerrero 1220. Please review this guy. Pretty please. Don't forget to @ me as well, so I really see it. Anyways, yeah, so Pomni is shorter than Gummy Goo, which is accurate, whereas here, they are more in scale with each other. I get why they wanted all the plushies to be uniform scale, but I do appreciate that there is a smaller Pomni for those who do like a bit more accuracy. That's always really cool. And finally, I'm gonna put them back together. Hold on, I need to do this with 2 hands. Actually, hold on. I actually don't remember if you're supposed to keep Pomni's hands out of the cart, but there she is. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you all enjoyed the review, and I shall see you all around. Bye-bye!